What's up, everybody? Drew, aka Catching Rockets here. I hope y'all had a good day today. I'm trying to even remember. I don't think I traded today. I think. I'm not sure. I traded this evening. I just took a trade. I had an entry long at 68.52, and I got filled on this quick sell off here. And my target was 68.64 and a quarter. So I made like 664, I believe, something like that. 660 ish, quick in and out. I wanted to close at the top of this range. Tokyo opens right here, and who knows what they're gonna do. So I wanted to get out before Tokyo decided they want to sell off or whatever else. So quick in and out, $660-ish of profit. Good enough for me for today. Hey, what's up, Bike Builder? For today, hopefully all of you caught this. None of the entries I was looking for hit, basically. But as I mentioned right as I was ending the video, break below any level, 3 5-minute candles, retest, that would be your entry short. And that was the move, right? Even if you closed at the previous week POC, you're doing nice. Again, nothing that I called out, though. If I was live, I would have called this out. That said, let me start erasing some stuff. Kind of a bummer they faded us on the single print mid, because that would have been amazing. We were so close. But it is what it is. They really cleaned up this poor low. And then we get to clean up these single prints. And I have work this evening. There's a good chance I'll trade live when I get home from work in the morning. Just depends on how I'm feeling, if I'm tired or whatever. I am still sick, so there is a possibility that I won't feel up to it, but we'll see. Pretty open to trading live. All right. Daily levels really quick. Oh, and I'll also, when I open up my my cluster chart, footprint chart, I'll show you guys why I took that trade at 52. Bro. Kind of surprised I still feel so crappy, but I guess such is life. We have a spike down here. Previous week value area low and our spike are literally the same level. If I were you, I would combine both of them. I'm just going to stick mine a little bit below. It's easier that way for me to remember to delete them the next day versus if I combine it. So that's the reason I do that. All right. All right, that all looks good. Let's take a look at Fear and Greed. I think we'll still be in neutral. Possibly getting pretty close to Fear. Should be right around here somewhere. Oh, we're in Fear. That's even better. After all the selling off today, this is where you want to start adding to long-term positions. I mean, there is also a chance of another down day tomorrow, but I don't think so. I'm I mean, I need to zoom out, look at the big picture. I think that's something we haven't done in a while, actually, is look at the daily SPY chart. I think ever since I came back from being sick, I forgot to look at the daily SPY chart, which is crazy. Tomorrow, Friday, there's not much going on. An hour before the open, CPI month over month, or core CPI month over month, CPI month over month, CPI year over year. That's obviously going to give us some volatility, but that's only going to affect futures traders or people that are swing trading. Let's zoom out. Wow. Kind of shocked with myself that I haven't looked at this in a while. Today's volume, very significant. The most since January 21st. Obviously, just a massive selling day. We are still stuck in this range. They have not been able to break above this and go higher. I would kind of expect a retest of 674-ish and then possibly send it or go lower, just depending on what they're trying to do. But we're either accumulating or distribution up here. Here we accumulated, sent it. Yeah, so the next move will be determined from which way they send this. We're probably wanting to kind of grab like this range here, something like this. Same thing, measured move. If we break above, they would be targeting 718.25. If we break below, 653.64. Crazy day. So we have a lowercase b, right? Our POC is kind of high considering. So we sold off really just super skinny profile. Created the B down here. But it looks like most of the volume was up at the top of the B. We created a spike. I think they're going to be sending this up overnight. I would anticipate like around November value area high. Again, if I was wanting to be in that trade longer, that would probably be my target. But again, I'm good with making $660 in a few minutes. And then I'm going to work, so I would not be able to manage that trade at work if I was up significantly, and that would stress me out. Let's open up our cluster charts, take a look. I should add, I didn't have a chance to look at any option setups for today, but also with such a big move to the downside, like generally kind of trumps what I look for when I'm looking for options. Hopefully tomorrow we have like a nice kind of range day, and we can look for some nice option setups over the weekend. So the trade I took actually has several facets. And this is where like the beauty of these cluster charts really come in. I'll show you what I was looking at exactly. Down here, in the overnight session, we created a buy-side imbalance, right, and took off from there. Here we retested right at the open, basically. My entry was at 52. They did go a little bit below, didn't stop me out. And then down here, you can see there's aggressive buying, it looks like, happening. And from there, they sent it. If we also look at the cluster chart, this is just confluence, right? So down here, we have a massive amount of orders traded in this range right here. As you can see, like it's the largest volume anywhere on this chart. 31,000, 27, 18, 13 and a half, 12, 11, and 6. So I was really targeting the top of this. right here, the 30,000, which is like 51.52. And that's where I got in. And you can also see right here. I mean, this is the New York session, so there's always going to be more volume. This is the overnight session, so there's always less volume. But that the 1271, this is pretty significant volume for the overnight sessions. So they were absorbing sellers as we came down to here. So it was a great spot to just hop in based on the large volume here, and then also the buy side imbalance that we have right here, basically right at the same level. The reason why it closed is just, basic, what's it called? Like, just basic, like, naked charting. I wasn't using anything crazy. I saw right here is kind of like where the bodies and wicks of the candles are. We did wick above it a little bit, but I figured if we were coming back up to here, they might peak above this a tiny bit and then sell back off. And that's basically what they did. They went a lot higher than I was expecting, but again, I'm perfectly happy with where I closed my trade. Again, just based off of naked price action. I wasn't using cluster charts or anything like that for where I closed the trade. I do think we get a bounce and they end up taking it higher. But I'm perfectly happy with this trade. I would also, if I wasn't working tonight, I would be perfectly fine if I was still in the trade right now. A lot of people struggle with, taking their entry, getting a nice move up, reversing back to red, and here they start feeling stressed out, like, oh, I should have closed up here. This is all part of being a trader. Like, the markets don't move straight up. They don't move straight down. We're going to grind up or grind down or whatever. And you have to sit through this stuff. Otherwise, you're just never going to make it as a trader. So anyway, that's the reasoning for my trade and where I entered and where I closed. Let's look at the charts now for the perspective of tomorrow. I don't think it's really going to offer us much of anything unless they do a major sell-off overnight. We have a buy-side imbalance, a good one, down here at 68.20. Definitely think we should have that on our charts. So let's throw that on there. I don't remember what the range was. Excuse me, sorry. Just 19 to 20. It's a small one. Now, basically right at the wick of 1255 candle. Is that right? Pretty crazy that they did that in the overnight session. Here. It's going to be hard to get this on the chart here because we don't have 1255 on SPY. Oh, this is not the chart I wanted to look at, but okay. December value area low? No. Let me try this. All right, basically the 108 candle. Right here. Yeah. All right. And I'll tell you guys what the actual level is on that. So this is 677.51 to 677.62. Okay. All right. Let me close my cluster charts here. Hopefully from what I just showed you guys on that trade I took, you see how invaluable these are. Gives you so much confluence to find good entries and exits and so on and so forth. Okay. Well, turn B adjust off. Yeah. I just realized we're going to have to switch to June contracts fairly soon here. Well, like a month, but yeah. All right. Below does not have two L's, right? Yeah. Some of you may not know this, but I am extremely dyslexic. And with that, my spelling is terrible. It's a lot better than it used to be, but it's not great. If they give it to us, we definitely want to be in calls here. And if they give you that, I would just close at the spike. If they give us this, we would want puts. and close at that buy-side imbalance. I think overnight session, they're going to bring this back up. And I would be looking for puts in this range up here as well. And you can also grab calls if they do something like this. As always, break above or break below a level, 3 5-minute candles, retest, either grab calls or grab puts. Oh, whatever works, midnight, but your levels will never be the same as mine. And every time the contract switches, your levels are going to be funky. There is a way to use it. Let me see if I can find the video really quick. Okay, I found
this AI can forecast U.S.
You're very lucky. So this video tells you how to adjust your contracts for the gap when you have a contract change. And I will send you the link for this. But with B-Adjust, you want to make sure you do this every contract change. Otherwise, your levels are going to be jacked. Okay. I don't anticipate it, but if we get up in here, we're definitely looking for puts. This is a pretty crazy spot. Tomorrow, this is the main. I think we're going to be probably ranging in this area here. This is probably going to be a D-shaped profile where we can buy the bottom, sell the top, or calls at the bottom, puts at the top. Again, as long as I'm feeling all right, I will go live when I get home from work in the morning. Don't bank on it, though, because I'm still feeling pretty crappy. But as long as I don't feel horrible in the morning, I definitely would like to go live and trade with you guys. So there is always that possibility. That's it for me. If you guys have questions, now would be the time. All right. Thank you, Digital Diver. Yeah, I need to get feeling better as well because I need to go live more often in shorties. Um, oh, actually, so that's right. I did. I couldn't remember if I traded last night or not. I did take a trade. What was it? And I got like they screwed me hard. I'm not gonna be able to show it because I already moved my levels. What is this? Where are you? So this was our previous day value area high, right? Um, I had an order short there, and plan was to close here. My stop loss was at 66.50. And so I'm pretty sure I got in. Where was it? Yeah, so I probably got in here. And was super red. And basically, like, we spent 45 minutes above, broke back down below. Um, wait, no. Oh, yeah. So sorry, I got confused with the purple and the white because purple's my value area high, but I just threw the white line on there to show. So this was my entry on the retest here of the previous day value area high. They ended up going way above, almost stopping me out, and then coming back below. And at this point, I was kind of like, should I close, for like a small profit? Because I don't like that um, they had a rotation above my entry, right? But I was like, let's just see what happens. Because there was some pretty strong selling that happened through here. So I was like, maybe it works out, right? Whatever. And then I went to sleep. They stopped me out in my sleep. Came back below, hit my stop loss again, back below, went well above my stop loss. And then here again, well above my stop loss. And then just dumped from there. Kind of a bummer. It would have been a great trade. And I felt like my stop loss was pretty wide. Like I felt like I was giving them room for shenanigans, but whatever, it is what it is. So that was my trade last night. Didn't work out though. Obviously, I'm like putting it out of my memory because I don't want to think about it. I totally couldn't even remember that I took that trade. That's so funny. I'm like, no, I refuse to remember the loss. Anyway, um, I guess I should just say, if you're ever listening to any YouTubers that don't share losses or whatever, they're probably not worth listening to because they're probably not profitable and they're probably full of shit. And you want to learn from people that actually know how to trade. And any real trader will tell you losses are inevitable. They're going to happen. And the better you are at losing, the more likely you are to succeed. With that said, as always, much love, much respect, everybody. Again, pretty solid chance I'll be live in the morning. And if I am, I'll be live in shorties, and I'll also go live on Zoom for the Learning Discord and Keenan's Discord. All right. Anyway, as always, much love, much respect, everybody. Peace out. Y'all have a good one, and I will see you.